German Gills are happy to announce that C&A Building Products have drawn their lucky winner for the signed Gillingham away shirt, and the lucky winner goes to Jacob. Congratulations, Jacob, on winning the signed Gillingham shirt. And a bit of advice for you, don't wash this one. Welcome to German Gills. Gills head up to Milton Keynes to take on an inform MK Dons this afternoon. Your German Gills show will bring you a live match reaction today from your host, Reese. With Josh Walker through the door, will Luke find room for him in his Luke's 11? Adam is making the short trip up today to see if Gills can take 3 points from Stadium MK. Schön, dass du da bist, und los geht's, Gills! Welcome to the German Gills show as Gillingham take on MK Dons away at Stadium MK this afternoon. Gillingham are in a little bit of form at the moment, so are MK Dons, and we're both hovering around the playoff zone as well, so it's an important game for both teams. With over 1,000 fans heading to Stadium MK from Gillingham, there's going to be a great atmosphere as well. I'm going to be your host, Reese, to take you through every step of today's game. Thank you very much for stopping by on this German Gills show. And the MK Dons fans here, thank you very much for stopping by also. And if you would like to reach out to German Gills, you can use our WhatsApp. The link to that is in the description, and you can use that also to be part of our German Gills fan zone. So if you want to get in contact with us, use that link in the description down below. Gillingham now have another signing through the door in Josh Walker. He's a loan signing from Burton Albion, and it'll be interesting to see if Luke puts him in his Luke's 11 this afternoon.
Hello and welcome to Luke's 11, which as always is sponsored by C&A Building Products. Today we travel to playoff rivals MK Dons, who are enjoying an incredible vein of form under Mike Williamson. The hosts have won 6 out of their last 8 games and they've got themselves into a decent playoff position. The Gills aren't on a bad run of form either, 4 unbeaten, and will be looking to get back to winning ways today. After last week's lacklustre display against Forest Green, we've had another free week on the training pitch, and I'm hoping that we can get some of that intensity back that we saw against Accrington Stanley in the second half against one of the top sides in this division. We've seen Josh Walker come in this week, and in my personal opinion, it's an astute signing. He's got raw pace, can finish with either foot, and he's got a hell of a lot of strength, something that Ashley Madison completely lacks. If he can replicate his non-league form, I'm sure he's going to have a decent spell with us. So let's get down to it. Jake Turner in goal. A back 5 of Romeo Hutton, Connor Masterson, Shad OG, Max Amer and Scott Malone, and a midfield 3 of Ethan Coleman, Johnny Williams and Connor Mahoney, with Ollie Hawkins and Macaulay Bonn up top. A really hard away game today. It's going to be a real test for the lads, and I'm hoping we can play on the front foot, get some of that, as I mentioned, get some of that intensity back, cause MK a few problems, and later on in the game, we've got Madison and Walker coming off the bench that can really get in behind them with that pace, and hopefully, score a few goals. However, I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. Los Gills.
And Adam Westgate is heading up to Stadium MK this afternoon, so let's hear his thoughts for our matchup this afternoon.
Well, thank you, Reese, and I'm here at a very chilly Stadium MK, but we got in nicely. Easy parking, easy access, less of a walk than Forest Green, and hopefully a bit of a better result today, because it wasn't really that great a draw, but we have had 3 wins and a draw since then, much better. The MK Dons are on a bit of a roll as well, so I'm hoping for a point. Yes, we could possibly get 3, and we've got the new guy, he's on the bench. I thought it was Lewis Walker at first, then my brain kicked into gear. I'm quite happy with what I see, apart from possibly Bond not being on the pitch. That would have been nice, but maybe there's an injury or something, we don't know. 3 points hopefully, as I said, maybe a point, but if we get anything, it'll be great. Los geht's, Gills.
Gills fans have been getting in contact with the show to be part of the German Gills fan zone. Let's hear what they have to say about our match this afternoon.
Good morning, Reece. Hope you're well. The result today is going to be 2-1 against the MK franchise, and it's going to be Mahoney and Nichols. Up to Gills. Los geht's, Gills. Come on!
Hi, Reece. Finn here. Really excited about today's game against MK Dons. I think Gills are going to win 2-1. I think Josh Walker will score the first and Macaulay Bonn to score the second. Los geht's, Gills.
Good afternoon, Reece. Ben here, just arrived at Stadium MK for this afternoon's game with Milton Keynes Dons. away. Hope you are well and hope you have had a fantastic week. I'm going to go for my score prediction. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw and Ollie Hawkins to continue his goal scoring run after his brilliant header against Forest Green Rovers last weekend. Fingers crossed 3 points and Los Gills.
Let's head over to Stadium MK for today's live match reaction. Los Gills. So we're about to get underway here at Stadium MK. A big shout out to the German sponsor, CNA Building Products. The link to their website is down below and their catalogue as well. And Luke, in his Luke's 11, managed to get 9 out of 11. It's good to see Dom Jeffries back in the side, actually. And we have a certain Ashley Naderson up front with Hawkins. Many were crying for Bonn, but it's Naderson instead, who's now got a rival in Walker to actually battle for his position as well. But let's see how this one unfolds. Well, Gills have picked up the ball. Can we get ahead here? They've won it legally. There's a lot of space there. Someone get a shot away. It's one Mahoney. He should be doing a lot better than that. You could argue the pitch is a bit bobbly and a bit heavy, but there's a lot of Gills players there who just didn't know what to do with it. Let's see this on the replay one more time. Don's playing it from the back, and it was from the Hara back to Marshall and closed down, and Gills managed to put the pressure on. There's a claim for handball on Colburn. I've seen those given before, and no one just committed to it. Very standard Gillingham, but there was a space for Mahoney to get the ball. He just didn't get his knee over it and guided it over into the stands, and that is the first real opportunity against MK that we have in this match so far. And I've just realised, if anyone mentions anything, I'm going to try and stop calling them Dons. Oh my God. They are really playing in a really dangerous game, MK. I'm going to try and call them MK from now on for, obvious reasons. Because, we know the history of the club. And I think I'll stop talking about it right there. 0-0. Oh, unfortunately, Gills have lost one in a dangerous position. There's going to be a shot on goal. It's a shot on goal, and it's wide of the mark. Was it Jack Payne that had one? I had that shot. I can't quite see. It was Jack Payne. Yeah. And I have to say, the last sort of, since the last highlight, actually, Gills have had one real flurry for, but the rest of it has been MK just having possession the whole time. And, they've got the lion's share of possession in the midfield. They're waiting to see if Gillingham are going to overcommit, try and get a pass through, which they are doing occasionally. But there's been a real lack of quality really from both teams in the sort of the first 17 minutes here. As you can see, the possession 77-23 gives you an idea how this game is unfolding. Gillingham are going to be picking off scraps or counter attacks at the moment, but it is still 0-0. Gills have done well there to get the ball over the left-hand side as Jeffrey tries to take on many MK players. Can he get the ball into the box? He needs some support now because he's all out there on his own. He has got it. So in the form of Coleman, who's going to put the ball in himself. Could Gills attack? There's not the best ball in, but it is eventually picked up by Naderson back to Mahoney, who wanted to shoot from distance. Instead, he plays the percentages, gives it to Coleman, who then switch it over to the right-hand side. That should be Hutton's ball. He's going to put the ball in. We know what he's going to do. Goes to back post. Gills going to head on goal. It's a decent save by Marshall, but Hawkins has done excellently well there to meet the cross from Hutton. And it is the first real meaningful attack that Gillingham have had this half. It's a really good showcase of what Hutton can do. He can really put the ball and he sets himself quickly and found Hawkins, who used his strength, battled well, headed it into the ground like you should do. And unfortunately for Gillingham, Philip Marshall was alert to it and managed to get a save and pull it round the post. But it is 0-0, but the first major chance for Gillingham so far. It was a poor header, and Gills have managed to win possession. MK half as let's go for a shot. He's got a shoot, and he does take a shot. It's a decent save from the goalkeeper again. And Jeffries could have felt he'd have done better, but again, it was read well by Marshall. But I think I have to say it probably was quite an easy save in the end. But it was poor work from MK Dons. They relinquished possession really quickly, and Jeffries took a shot. It's a decent height for the goalkeeper, and eventually it was cleared away by Tomlinson, and it came off Malone as well, and it goes for an MK Dons throw. And Gills' last few minutes are really starting to get into this game. And that is half-time. So at half-time, it's MK Dons 0, Gillingham 0, and on the line we have Adam Westgate.
Good afternoon.
So what do you make of this game so far, Adam?
Well, I would say it's been very much a bit of a nothing game with MK Dons have had more possession, which is quite typical of the Dons, but I think we've had the better chances, but still it's been a bit 50-50 really, not a lot going on. What
do you make of the fact that Hawkins has had to be subbed off for an injury?
Well, I mean, Hawkins we just look so much better with him in the team, and to lose him that first half of the season, I think really affects us. Well, as I've said before, we never really replaced Alex McDonald's assist, but with Hawkins, I was hoping we'd have a backup or sign someone else for competition in his role, and it does worry me every time we lose him that we're just not going to look I know it sounds ridiculous, not going to look as potent. Or we're just going to not have as much threat going forward. And I think with him, we look a hell of a lot better. The injury doesn't look that bad, though, thankfully.
Yeah, and thankfully it will come through, and it's just a precaution. But also, I wanted to touch on Hutton, and because it's his second game. What's your impression so far of him?
Well, this is the first one I've seen him, Max. I wasn't at the Forest Green game, but my dad said he looked very, very good, and I heard others say the same. I think he's a massive upgrade on what we had before, and Alexander, to me, hasn't been as great this season. Now, Mackenzie, I think, has been pretty good, but the thing about Mackenzie is he's a great defender, but very average going forward, so I don't think that's where he specialises. I'm quite a fan of his. So I think Hutton, especially with the three centre-backs, is needed. Hoping Mackenzie will slot in somewhere else, but I think he looks great, and possibly with resale value. So it's just, and I've just seen, by the way, that Maidstone won 2-1 at Ipswich. My dad's literally showing me, so I was a little bit distracted there after extra time. I had to say that one. It's Kent related. It's not Maidstone, German Maidstone, but
well, we have to get it in there somewhere. I knew it was going to pop up in the video at one point. Adam, just very quickly, do you see Gillingham trying to maybe a 1-0 win? We're pretty good at those. Is it going to happen? Do you not think so?
I think
or do you think will?
I think it's quite possible, just because I think the Dons don't look very good up front either. A lot of possession, as I said, but they're not. The end product's just been a bit meh. So I think this could go 1-0 either way. But I'm going to stick with the Gills to go 1-0. We're going to be positive.
Yeah, always be positive. Let's hope it comes to fruition, and we'll catch up at full time.
See you then.
So we're about to get underway for the second half. I just want a big shout out to our other sponsor, Viper Golf, who make cracking golf shirts. So take a look at their website. Use the code GG5 to get £5 off your order. Right, let's see if Gillingham can actually get something from this second half. It was woeful in the first half, let's be honest, as MK Dons are coming forward straight away, and Gillingham are under pressure instantly. There's a shot at the end by Dan Kemp, and it had to be saved by Jake Turner, and it goes out for a corner. Well, this half seems to be already lively. Well, hopefully it can turn in its favour and Gillingham could be lively at the other end. My goodness me. Let's see how it unfolds. Gills got a free kick in a very dangerous position. It was Bond that was whacked in the air. That's really Hutton that stands up, puts the ball into the box. It's not the great ball in, but MK Dons have made a hash of it. Can we get this on target? Surely! Oh my goodness! Gills, come on. I know it's deflected over, but we need a little bit more urgency in that position because the ball was just begging to be hit. Really poor clearance by MK Dons. They should be doing a lot better. Their Oji gets it in the danger zone. It's just put your foot through it. Come on, one of you. Luckily for MK Dons, it looked like it might be on target, but it did go over the bar, and Gillingham should be doing a lot better there. Finally, a little bit of life in this half on the 64th minute. My goodness me. Walker's on, by the way, so we're getting to see him for the first time as well. Still 0-0. Jeffries puts it into the centre. Oh, it's going to be over here unless Lapsey can get on the end of that. Oh, he can't, but it's been blocked by Masterson. It's done really well there. It's gone to Lapsey's feet one more time. He's got Hutton in support on the right-hand side, who's made space for himself, puts it into the box. It's headed up, and away by Jordan Williams. Could Gills get this down to get a shot on goal as Jeffries puts it in and then cleared away once again by Tomlinson. My goodness me. Gills again for Romero. Hutton have picked up the ball. We're going to keep the highlight going as the ref plays advantage. Give it to Hutton. He can put a ball in the box. Come on, Marston's taken the overlap. He's brought the player away. Now he needs to make use of it, Hutton, by getting the ball in the box, and he has done. Not a lot there, but it's luckily stayed on the pitch. Another ball in and then headed towards goal. Surely! Oh, Malone should be getting that on target. Gills did so well there to work it into this position. Albeit it was quite slow. We had a little bit rubber at the green. It's a decent ball in from, was it Lapsey on that far right-hand side? You've got to say, good header from Bond. That's what he could do, by the way. It's just Malone should be heading that on target at least. And unfortunately, Gills, even though it's sparked into life, can't find the back of the net, which seems to be the same old story for the whole season. Still 0-0. Jeffries and Bonner's done well there to get all the space to run towards the left-hand side of the box. Can we get a decent ball in? Someone, mate, someone do some leadership stuff. Where is the shot? Where is the player? There is a shot. And it's just gone past the left post as Hudson absolutely smashes it across the face of the goal. And there's no one there to finish it. Oh, Gillingham, come on. Someone takes some ownership. Bond does brilliantly well here. He even puts the ball in early. Oh, it's just take a deflection, I think, off of Warren O'Hara, which does throw a few Gills players as Hutton does smash it across. Oh, the keeper saves it. My goodness me, referee, where's the corner there? It should be. Or at least a Gillingham throw-in. The keeper does actually pretty well there, Marshall, in fairness to him. Oh, Gillingham really getting into this game now. And I sense a goal to a certain extent, but... is this going to go out for a opportunity for Gillingham picked up by Marshall? But it's all go now as we've got about, 20 minutes left of this game? My goodness me, still 0-0. Hutton's going to launch his run into the box on this far right-hand side. Can Gills create something here to try and get in the back of the net? Come on, you've got to score now. It's headed the way in the end by Harvey. Gillingham looking to recycle this. It is Malone who's trying to take on his man and get a shot. Gills wants to do is the defensive work here. This could be a real problem with MK Dons coming on the left-hand side, and it's Max Dean. It's a great block from Lapsley. That's an absolutely fantastic piece of track and defending from Lapsley, and I think it's worthy of going in the highlight reel just for that alone, because the game could have been absolutely turned on its head as MK Dons were a one-on-one with Jake Turner, and luckily Lapsley tracked his man, went back and put the block in. My goodness me, the game was really sparked into life. It's good passing work by MK Dons as it comes out the right-hand side for Wern, who's looking to get this ball into the box. He's just come on as a sub, and instead it's going to head over to Tomlinson, who's going to take a shot from distance. It's blocked by Coleman, and Wern picks it up one more time for MK Dons. We'll keep the highlight going as a Robson passes it over to the left-hand side for Lewington, who puts it into the box, punched away by Jake Turner, and again tips it wide from the follow-up recycle shot, and that's probably the closest MK Dons have come to any sort of chance in this second half, albeit right from the start of the second half. That's the second real meaningful attack that they've had. Jake Turner should be doing a little bit better, I think, but he got the ball away, but then did cover himself to tip it wide of the mark, and MK Dons are slowly getting back into this game. MK Dons looking to take this corner short on this left-hand side, as I think Payne's going to deliver this one in. Gills need to head this one away. They have done. But MK Dons are going to be looking to recycle it. Worm passes it one more time to the left-hand side. The ball goes into the box. Gills got some more defensive work to do. It's a shot from distance, and it's gone in the back of the net. And for all of the hard work Gillingham have had going forward and missed all their opportunities on goal, of course there's going to be a response, and that has come through the form of MK Dons, a corner, a recycle of play. I didn't quite see who got the goal. Was it John Williams? I didn't quite get it, but Gills have got some work to do now. All that hard work Gillingham have put in, MK Dons have finally got a decent shot on the target and found the back of the net, and you've got to say this is a decent bit of work for MK Dons. They put the ball in the box, they kept the pressure up, and it's a lovely little volley from Williams, but I mean he hit it into the ground, it went right into the bottom right hand corner. But unfortunately for Gillingham, for all the chances that we've had, we've now on the back foot. We still haven't got the greatest history coming from behind, and MK Dons are 1-0 up. Well, it's good one on the right side for MK Dons, and Wern's got the ball. This could be curves for Gillingham as it goes in the back of the net, and MK Dons have got their second and got the 3 points through Alex Gilby. And Gillingham, whilst they're trying to go forward to get something from this game, they've left lots of holes at the back, and the game is dead and buried from a Gillingham perspective. It's funny how a game can just turn like that. You know, it was pretty even up until MK Dons scored. It looked like it could have easily been a game of just 0-0. It takes one goal, one mistake, one moment, and the floodgates eventually do open. Gillingham look a little bit panicked when we went one behind, and as a result, they've gone MK Dons 2 up. It's a good ball in the end, and for Wern to chase onto. Oji probably should do a little bit better there. But look, the finish and the instinctiveness to get into the box, we don't seem to have that at the moment. Whereas MK Dons have just done that, like just walked and cut through us like butter. It's that final touch that MK Dons seem to have, which Gillingham seem to lack at the moment, and we don't see really week in, week out. It's Gillingham 0, MK Dons 2, and I'm sorry to say that is curtains. Han's got to put the ball in the box there. If Gills get anything in this game, we've got to score from this. It goes into the box, head towards goal, and surely that's a goal. It's gone in, and Gills have got one back. My goodness me, Gills are back in the game. I don't know how much injury time there's going to be. I didn't see who got on the end of it, but Gills have actually scored a goal, and it's assisted through Hutton. It looks like on this right-hand side. Let's watch the replay one more time. This is going to make this interesting. It's a head towards goal by Dieng. It's a half-decent save, really, by Marshall. He just patted down, actually, but to announce it back in, I think, is that really Walker's goal? He's got a goal on his debut. My goodness me, Gillingham are out of nowhere back into this game and have, 5 minutes to try and get a draw. 2-1 to MK Dons. Ball's gone forward for Gillingham. Can we get something here? And it's gone to Hutton on the right-hand side. Needs to put in a decent ball. Can he get another assist as he puts it into the back post and heads towards the goal? And he clipped the bar, and Gillingham did he get that equaliser? Or unless I'm reading that perception wrong, did it hit the stanchion? We'll have a look at the replay from Bon. It was a great ball in from Hutton, and Gillingham nearly equalised out of nowhere. It's a lovely ball in with his left foot. It's a decent header from... it did hit the bar from Bon. That's so unfortunate. Gillingham nearly equalising in the most unlikely of fashion. Still 2-1 MK, but Gillingham nearly get back into it. And that is full time, and we're going to go over to Adam Westgate, but I want to say one thing. A lot of people, I think, will say a draw would have been a more fair result for this game, but I think our decision-making in this game has been absolutely woeful and has let us down. It ends MK Dons 2, Gillingham 1, and I am bitterly, bitterly disappointed with that.
Well, there's not a huge amount to say after that. I mean, that was gutting. A textbook smash and grab, and on the one hand, the Dons didn't deserve it, but on the other hand, we didn't finish our chances, so maybe we did deserve that, and it's kind of been a little bit the story of our season, but this was a particularly hard one to take. Dons are in 5th place. You keep thinking throughout the game they can't be as bad as they were, the second half especially, until they scored. They were pretty poor, and I'd say overall we were a little bit better in the first half, but I mean, we just have to get better at converting our chances and just finishing a game off. At least it went to 2-1, which meant that we got something at the end. Would have been less exciting if we'd have been chasing a 1-0, and we went with a more attacking lineup when Williams and Dieng came on, so there is that. But we move forward. It is the way it is. Hopefully the new striker will settle in more. I thought there were a lot of positives again. I still think Clements has made strides forward with the team from when he first came in, so we'll take the positives with that. Well, Lord Skeets Gills.